write theatrical things. Actually, strangely enough, well, maybe it's not so strange when you look at it in context, but when I was around 17, 18, what I wanted to do more than anything else was write something for Broadway. I wanted to write a musical. I had no idea of how you did it or how musicals were constructed, but the idea of writing something that was rock-based for Broadway really intrigued me. I thought that would be a wonderful thing to do. And I saw myself as somebody who would kind of end up writing musicals in a way, probably rock musicals of some nature. But it never actually became that. So they were, in a way, those ideas were kind of quashed a little bit when I realised what a huge ambitious thing that was to take on, you know, because you have to write dialogue and all that. And I really didn't know how to approach that.
On June 16, 1972, a starman landed on Earth, and thus the career of David Bowie exploded. David came along with the character of Ziggy Stardust. Ziggy landed on Earth, and with that, he had the notion of pure self. A contrived persona, focused totally on the identity of personality and one's inner self, and struggled to find themselves. An alien Ziggy was, looking for a home. Whilst most artists sang of themselves and their problems and their boring old love lives, Bowie did otherwise. He wrote, composed, and performed off of the ideology of who we are, who we think we may be, and who we might want to be it sexually, personally, with our identities and orientations. He invented a whole new persona, and with it, a narrative that transcended the boundaries of what was normal. He connected with audiences abroad, but we focused on the differences within his persona. He became a unique being that would attract all audiences. He championed the misfits and enabled them to excel, as he was doing so himself. He wore makeup, dressed in women clothing, and embraced his feminine side, something no man really was doing at the time. He championed and was a pioneer of glam rock. With it, he spoke to generations of people fearful of doing just as he had, embracing themselves, their inner selves, and doing so unapologetically. He changed the world in a way that made all of this something of a norm. He blew people away, and he gave many an insight into a world they never would have thought to explore. The very special insight, something that many don't have the opportunity to do, and many have ignored. But thus, he did his job, and he gave many a place and a home to connect, and a place for communities to be built where people could feel safe and do as he did. Bowie focused on the narrative of a lost being, Ziggy Stardust. He stretched himself into boundaries of the unknown to launch his career higher, yet impacting and influencing much of what we know today. He made it okay for people to wear makeup and dress however they so desired, to embrace whichever opposing side or any side that they chose or felt they belonged to. He changed lives and was the king of all outcasts. He has grown and has become an inspiration to all. He will live on eternally. A few of the people that he has inspired and that will live on with his legacy of doing as he did would be the names of Lady Gaga, Leona Lewis, Arctic Monkeys, and Charlie XCX, Lord, Kesha, and Marilyn Manson. To close, I'd like to use the closing statements of Brie Esrick in SourceFed Merritt's tribute video to David Bowie.
David Bowie was immensely talented and effortlessly cool. He brought theatricality and art to pop music and embraced the things that made him different. He was like a badass older brother that always had your back and let you know that it was okay to be yourself. That there was a place for you somewhere, whether it be on Earth or another planet. And he let us know that changes were not only okay, but necessary. He was a voice for every generation's misfits. And when he sang, I felt like I belonged. David Bowie may have let us feel like we could be heroes for a day, but he was and will continue to be the ultimate hero. He will outlive us all. Thanks so much for the magic.
Yeah, this guy's saving rock, literally.
I'm pretty self-satisfied with my own individuality. I don't think I have to exert myself so much to explain that I'm not part of rock and roll. I have my own identity. I just use rock and roll, and I had to be very exaggerated in the beginning to defy people to put me into a category so that would leave me room to work in.